Right, we are doing a reaction to the Power Pose Challenge, the first ever challenge that we've ever done on the PM channel. We've even got some of the PM All Stars with us. Fan favorite Redawan, he's here. We've got Clintonymous
We've ever done on
from
the channel.
lovely York, and we have Matt Seth Barnes. Matt, can you mute your thing, please, mate?
He's here. We've got Clintonymous. Never done on.
Right, well, I've muted him. That's all good. Right, the format for this, guys, is we've done 3 tiers of the challenge. We had one for the newbies. I thought nobody ever gives the newbies a chance. They apply to these challenges and they never win because they're newbies. So we wanted a dedicated tier for newbies. So we're going to be shouting out some newbies. We're going to be going through the best of all submissions. That's going to be a thing. We're going to look at the artworks done by the team, the PM team. We all threw some submissions in. We're not going to spend too long on that because it's not about us today. It's about you guys. And then we're going to be looking at the ultimate winners. So I'm just double checking. I've got absolutely everything sorted here. So we got newbies there. And then let me just double check. Sorry, guys, just beavering around in the background, making sure that everything's going to work okay. I think we're actually there. Right. So let's get on to sharing the screen. Well, I'll do that after I've got this one first. Right, so here we go. I'm going to share the screen. And now I should have a separate screen here. Let's have a look. Let's make sure we've got the right ones. Right, first up, we've got the team artworks. Now, I can't actually see myself while I'm doing this, so you guys have to just let me know if I look stupid on the screen. This first one is by Christian Bentelan, and it's like a fantasy composite done in his signature urban fantasy style. PM team, what you got to say on this one? What do you think? What do you like? What don't you like?
Yeah, I like the contrasting colours, like the orange against the blue. Very striking.
Yeah,
the yellows, golds, and then blue contrast is like a bit of a classic go-to colour range, isn't it?
Yeah, they kind of use teal and orange in movies a lot as well for the same reason.
A little bit blurry. He's got the overpaint kind of knocked out the details quite a bit, but that's kind of the stylized look.
I like how he painted the hair as well.
Yeah, he's a master at that. He's great at that. Right, that's enough of Christian. Let's get on to Clinton's one. Clinton, tell us a little bit about this piece here, why you did it, what you used, what was good, what was hard, what you changed.
Yeah, so this is just like a various composite of like most of the background was stuff what I've shot on my travels or when I've gone out like on adventures. And then I use obviously the Power Pose model, and then the riffs I got from Adobe stock. And then if anyone's seen my work from previous years, like everyone knows that I'm into horror movies and gothic movies and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd just go for a full out kind of gothic epic.
So that's what you're going for, an epic gothic kind of composite. Did you do this on purpose so it'd be different from other submissions?
Yeah.
Because I know you're a bit like me sometimes. You don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Right. You just went quiet there.
Yeah, I mean, I always try.
Is he cutting out?
Yeah, that's my main thing. I never want to do what everyone else is doing, and at the moment, everyone else is doing.
Right, Clinton keeps cutting out. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump on to the next one. This one was my one. Pental Insanity, cutting out the plants and vines. This is what I like to do. I'm not.
Is it inspired by the Avatar movie, by the way?
Yeah, the mood board was 100% Avatar. I learned how to cut out these pillars using Redawan's tutorials, select and mask tutorials on the channel. I also looked very closely at Encreate and Phase Runner. I am not good at this stuff. I'm not good at landscapes. I'm not good at manual highlights. So this was one of the first time in years that I actually used a tablet and painted highlights and done that swishy fantasy style. Enough about me. Let's look at the main man, Redawan. So Redawan, want to give us a couple of thoughts on this one? What you think? Well, what you did?
Yeah. So you guys know I like fantasy. I'm all about it. and this one was inspired by the series of Lord of the Rings. I got
So
my mood
the
got
TV
upset.
series Lord of the
And I
Rings.
also, the whole scene was inspired by the matte painting master Dalen Cole
Nice.
from
Yeah.
his work of the Maleficent movie.
Do you do anything special for the kind of final grain that you add to the image? Do you have a particular process for adding grain?
I have two techniques. One is to add the noise texture and turning it to screen blending mode and decrease the opacity to 10%.
Okay.
The other is just to use the camera raw filter, go to the effects menus and add the grain from there.
That's actually my favorite go-to is the camera raw grain. I don't know why, but I just get on really well with it.
It's more realistic than the other way.
Yeah, grain is definitely one of my absolute favorites on the camera raw. I use camera raw all the time. Let's see. Here we go. Bit sharper. Right, so that's the PM team. We all joined in on that one using the PowerPose stocks. The next load, let me get this onto a full screen. Right, so these ones here, I've got some stuff to say on this, and I'd also like some thoughts from you guys, team. Now then, for the newbie tier, it wasn't about just flawless technical execution. For the newbie prize, what I wanted to do was award someone that did something really unique and novel, and it didn't technically have to be the best. Now, this one here, I wanted this one to win. I thought it was really innovative, the way that the scene was bringing those attention lines down into the central figure. Now, Clinton Lofthouse on our team is probably the strongest art theorist of all of us. Clinton, can you explain what this is, where it draws the eye into the center?
Yeah, so you would probably call that radiating lines. So
radiating lines.
So what you've got is obviously the focus of the image is the model.
Yep.
So then so she would be a circle, and then all the lines what kind of come out in a radius need to kind of aim towards the focus of the image, and that's where your eye's going to go. Yep. So like on this image, you've got the kind of the roof or whatever that is going down. Then you've got the neon lights going into her. You've got a sword as well, what actually creates a line going into her. You've got this road on this tire mark on the road, what goes towards her. And even
so everything is leading the eye to that central focal figure.
Yeah.
It has. This was my favorite of all the newbie submissions, but due to a technicality, I could not award it because when I checked to see if the guy was a newbie, he was actually a lecturer that teaches graphic design. So in my opinion, that isn't a newbie. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still gave him a prize anyway because I love the piece. You know, we're too generous, man. Let's get through this. This one was cool. I like this. Again, it's got a bit of a compositional funk going on. These arches, bringing it down into the focal element.
The giant in the background as well. Kind of what's less contrasted. So
it's more ominous. Depth.
Yeah, it's your favorite aerial perspective.
That's the one. Do you know what I would have done? I would have blended him into the lower clouds, so the denser fog down by the earth would have obscured the vision. What do you guys think in the chat? Could this been improved with the monster in the background?
It's always for me that the inner glow, that hard in glow that makes the piece or the lighting really flat.
Yep. How could they improve it, Red?
Well, it's either you decrease the opacity or you just make it less entering in the rocks.
Okay, I get you, mate. Yep, sounds like a good tip. Let's bounce on to the next one. This one was pretty cool as well. I like these jagged rocks. I like the composition of this guy, but it does feel a little bit empty.
I'm not a fan of the values right here.
Yep, I knew you was going to say that. I know you so well.
I also don't like that the sky behind is in a very bluish saturated color, but the red doesn't have that. That doesn't reflect that color of the sky.
I'll tell you what I really like about this one and why I put it into the folder is those jagged rocks really gives an otherworldly feel, and I thought it fit the guy. So for whoever submitted this and put it down as a newbie, they're learning their craft. What one tip would you give this newbie for them to get better, Red?
I mean, ideally wise, this idea is very creative. I like it.
And what one thing?
If there's an advice that I will give him is to work more or to learn more about the values.
Do you
This
have a
is something
video
very-
that teaches that?
I have like 3 videos
Yep.
on the channel that I made that explains the values.
Mateus, if you are able to put links to those videos in the chat, then anybody that's interested in improving their values can check them out. On to the next one. Now, I really like this one. One, because the lighting's really good. Two, I like the fact they use this ominous figure here, so they've done something more funky. It's a smaller, more personal scene. What do you guys think?
This is one of my favorites so
Yep.
Yeah,
far.
I like this one as well.
I
I
like the
really,
colors.
really like this one. Everything, the shadow, the lighting, the mood, the ambience.
Yeah.
It's really powerful. It's a really powerful piece.
Yeah, if there was one thing to add is a faded light coming from the window that covers the model.
That's a good
Because it
shout.
looks like a model.
Yeah. What about you, Clinton? What small thing could you do to improve this piece?
Maybe I would just get a little bit closer in, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a tiny little bit off the top,
Just
I think.
a tiny little bit.
And the side would make.
But that's only a minor adjustment.
Oh, very minor.
yeah.
For a newbie, I thought that was a really strong. Now, this one is
It's amazing,
a similar concept, but maybe not executed as well. But I included it in the newbie folder because I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I like
it tells a story.
It does tell a story, yeah.
They've got it's got a good sense of depth as well, because you've got the foreground, kind of the hands and the looking through the railing, and then you've kind of got the street going backwards as well. So you kind of they've created a sense of depth, although they like some of the colours and stuff are off. I think the actual premise of the image is great. Yeah.
Really cool.
yeah.
Right, I'm going to bounce on to the next one. And what this is a collection of images from the general submissions. So this isn't newbies. This is the best of everyone. Now then, because we had so many submissions, we really struggled matching names with the artworks, because when we did the community choice, we didn't want people's names to influence the votes. We knew people were going to share their links and everything. Now, we knew that was a given, but we wanted to reduce the favoritism. I don't actually know who done this piece. Chat, do you know who done this piece? If so, I'd like to credit them properly. This was really cool. It's done really well on the community choice. It got a lot of likes.
Yeah, it's good.
Very, very solid piece. Very cool. We got quite a few on this one here, so I'm going to go through them fairly fast. This one, there was a lot going on. The technical execution isn't great, but you can see what they're going for. And with a little bit more experience, this would be an absolute humdinger. Is this Gary McIntyre, this one?
I have no idea.
Chat, if you know, give us a shout if you know who that. This is another one. It's got a credit down in the bottom, RANGGAKWN. Really like this one. Again, chat, if you know who did this, I want to speak to the artist because I want to showcase this one on the website. Really nice piece. Gives me Redouane vibes, that one, but in its own different way. There's sharpness of these buildings without being over the top. It's done really well. It's done really well. I'm not good at stuff like this, so I really appreciate it when I see it. Now then, one of my personal favorites. I am a horror guy. I'm a sci-fi guy. I'm not really into fantasy. I'm not really into that kind of thing. But this particular piece punches so hard that it's just hard to ignore it. What's your thoughts, team?
Yeah, I like it. It's good use of tones and mystery and mood. Feels quite book cover like.
Yep, I believe the artist Alex. Yeah, it is Alex Calder. She is a professional book cover artist, and you can tell because just everything about this, it is really, really well done. She put in a few. I believe this one's Alex Calder. If I do get anything wrong at any time, guys, please do correct me. You know, we were dealing with loads and loads of images, and we've definitely got a few things wrong. But yeah, if you can correct me on that, that'd be wicked. So this one was cool as well. Let me mute that. Right. Another one, Cowboy Guy. I love Clinton. What's this angle called?
This is the Dutch angle. So this is I talk about this in my last video, the motion, how to create motion in your images. So yeah, this is a Dutch angle. So it's creating like a sense of unease and letting you know that something's wrong.
And this is a classic Christian Benteland rim lights in here on the edge.
Yeah.
It's a trope that's very heavy in book cover art, but it is effective. And my artwork that I did with the girl in the jungle was the first time I've ever really tried doing this stuff. And I was really happy.
Point of view is really awesome in this picture.
The depth that they've created with the foreground interest and the background, and then
one of the best
focus in the
submissions
middle.
for sure.
Yeah,
Let's get through this. Right, Beastie edits. I like the colors. I know it's very classic YouTube Photoshop colors, but they did it well. They did it really well. Beastie edits for that one. Simple. Sometimes simple works. I fall into the trap of just trying to be hyper complex and really impress people with how mad I am. But sometimes you do a simple piece that took a fraction of the time and it'll bang 1,000 times harder than the one that you spent a week on.
Yeah.
You guys ever find that?
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's like I'll spend ages on an image and think it's great and everyone will love it and don't get anything. Then I'll do one in 10 minutes and put it on and just gets loads of likes. It's strange.
Yeah, it is frustrating sometimes. But then sometimes you put in loads of effort on a really hyper complex one and it bangs really hard, harder than even as. Look, here we go. Case in point. Derek Leong. I love this one.
This one's great. Yeah.
I am a horror guy through and through. And this actually reminds me loads of your style, Clinton.
Yeah, I did something similar to this many years ago.
Composition, hyper complexity. I love all.
I also like the fire reflection on the zombies.
Hands. Derek Leong. I absolutely love this one, man. I really do.
This is great.
I really, really, really do. You know what? I'm going to give Derek the full Power Pose bundle just because it's so awesome. We got another one here.
Well deserved.
This is Dilshan. This one done really well on the community choice.
Yeah, this has got a good sense of depth
this is
as
great.
well.
This is great.
What is it that you guys like about this one?
Well,
for me,
you start.
So yeah, for me it's the depth. So and the kind of the app created with it reminds me of like a BBC production, like a period.
There you go. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You get all the mist kind of in the background coming down between the streets, the alleyways.
For our American cousins, that could be like a HBO drama. That level of value. So for us, it's BBC. For America, it's HBO. Oh look, I just realised there's a little cat dude down here. Hello. Yep. Very nice.
For me, it's the mood of the picture, also the attention to details.
One thing I can't do
the colors, and also because it has this painting effect, this concept art look to it.
It's really, really, really pleasing. We've looked at that one already, and it's got Gary McIntyre's name written on it, so I'm assuming that is Gary's. We've got another one here, classic book cover, urban fantasy style.
Yeah,
these guys do so many composites every single month because they do it for a living, and they just get so good at it.
When you say photo manipulation, this is what I think of. This is the style that comes in my mind.
Yep. Yeah, it's got that classic vibe. Even though it's a centralized composition, this background wall is like a framing element that pulls that vision in. I'm sure Clinton's got a technical word for that, but I don't. Our in-house art theorist, Clinton Lofthouse. Now, this one is quite a recent addition to the group. I included it because it included the Power Pose assets. So
this is good. I like it.
Yeah. This is Matt Meserve, and he just keeps knocking out absolute stone cold bangers.
This actually looks quite realistic compared to some of the other ones, though, doesn't it? It's like got more realism.
Yeah, he can skate the lines between both. He can do hyper fantasy and he can do realism. That's why I'm mega stoked that he's actually in our group. We got so many stone cold killers posting in our group. Guys, if you're watching this on a YouTube replay, you've got to come and check out our Facebook group. It is ridiculous. I can confidently say it's the absolute best photo manipulation community on planet Earth. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. It's because I've been on photo manipulation communities around the world. Back in the day, it was DeviantArt. And that was such a beautiful place to be until it got completely destroyed. But yeah, this one, and that's my wife, everyone. My wife, Otti, there looking in the game over. That's my uncle there playing the Defenders game. That's one of my best mates there in the red shirt. and that's a local young guy that came and wanted to be a zombie for the day. So whenever I see the zombie pics, it always makes me happy because it's all people I know. Right. Prepare to have your socks blown off, ladies and gentlemen. Check out this bad boy. Now, this one, I think, is one of the absolute best submissions of the entire challenge. Now then, there's a slight conflict of interest here. Mr. 23, Valentin, is a friend of the channel, and we've actually collaborated with him professionally. So we've done business together. So I said to Valentin, I'd love you to enter the challenge, but you won't be eligible for a main prize because we have that business relationship. Just wanted to be completely transparent with all you guys. But I did say he could enter it into the community. I know that he did the artwork for the fun of it. He wasn't expecting prizes. Most YouTubers do it for the fun of doing it and being a part of the community. But we allowed him to put the image into the community challenge pool. The what do we call it? Community choice. That's the one. Now then, if we didn't have that business relationship with Valentin, this could have been the absolute outright winner, I think. What do you guys think? Yay? Nay?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, this kind of fantasy is not really my wheelhouse, but I like the composition and the colors and stuff.
The
like
technical execution, I just think it's absolutely flawless. It's a really lovely piece. Chat, what do you reckon? You reckon this could have been a contender? Let me get back to Valentin's one. There we go. Yeah, it was definitely one of the absolute standout entries. And I'm not just saying that because he's my mate. I'm saying that because credit where it's due. Let's crack on.
So this one visuals. I really like. This one's really cool.
Yeah, this one was vibey as hell, man.
Yeah.
Let's grab a few details on this. So, what are these things from War of the Worlds? Tripods?
Think so, yeah.
Remember when we was talking about that giant and having it blended into the ground level because the fog was thicker at the ground level?
Yeah,
that's what they've done with this one, and it actually works.
I think that the way they've created the light looks really realistic as well.
Yeah, the rim lights are really... Sorry, I'm using my mouse as if I was in Photoshop, and it's just wheeling through the images, and I'm trying to hold space to pan, and it's doing something else. So that's the Photoshop in me messing everything up. This one was an absolute banger. Really loved it. I can't remember the name of this contributor, but I wrote down their IG handle, ShanMax5. Really nice, really pretty. And then we've got Sonu Matthew Ninan. This one was, I think it may have been put in as a newbie entry. I don't think so, because it would have got a prize, I'm sure. But this one, it just stood out because it was so different to everyone else.
Yeah, I like this.
Everyone was doing fantasy, everyone was doing sci-fi, everyone was doing epic scenes. And this one, the scene is a lot tighter. Are there any technical terms for when you've got a closer crop on a focal element, Clinton?
I don't think so. It's just good cropping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just good cropping for that focal element.
Good balance as well. Like
what would you say for the red light on this side and then the blue light on that side? It's like got a duotone thing going on. It's actually quite clever.
Yeah.
So that adds some visual dynamism, doesn't it? All right, guys. So we've gone through those.
It can be a movie poster or something like that.
Yeah, a book cover, a movie poster, a DVD cover, Blu-ray cover. It's a very, very good bit of work. I think the artists, I spoke to the artists that done this, and they're actually a newbie, and they was really happy to get the recognition for the piece that they did. Right, so there's some of the best of ones that I picked from the main pool. We've looked at the team artworks, we've looked at the newbie artworks, we've looked at the general submission, and now we're going to get on to the winners. So I don't have any drum roll sound effects, so I'm just going to click the button and we're going to get into it. Right, oh, there we go. That's the drum roll. First off, we have the community choice winner. Now, I've got to explain something to you guys. When I did the Community Choice Awards, I thought that a really crap artwork that was done by a really popular person would win. And I was a little bit worried about it because those ones where you vote normally turn out to be popularity contests.
Your expectations were low.
And the brilliant thing about this Power Pose Challenge is that the actual photo manipulation community in the Facebook group picked the best one. And I thought that was amazing because I really didn't want to be embarrassed by saying, yes, this one won. And everybody just knows it's not the best one. This is the best one. And it won the Community Choice Prize.
Yeah, this is great.
Team,
It's my personal favorite.
Yeah,
I think it's
favorite,
yeah?
Yeah, it doesn't even look like a photo manipulation. It's too realistic.
It's flawless.
Also,
it's
a high level of photo manipulation. This is.
It's so good. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna put it in and check out some of these details. It's just
I like
God,
that
is
blue
slick.
lighting that he did. This is sci-fi lighting. This is sci-fi effect.
Now, Clinton Lofthouse, check this out, man. This is a fantasy sci-fi piece. Look, they haven't even gone heavy on the rim lights, mate.
Yeah.
It's so subtle. It is so subtle. It is so done.
Yeah, I think for me that's the best way to do it. Like, there's a lot of like garishly bright neon stuff nowadays, and I think like this is shows you how you can still do something like that, but in a better way. Like the use of the reds coming out from the spaceship or whatever that is, and then the blues from his.
There's those little blue flourishes. There's the red elements. There's the muted, murky brown and grey.
This guy is a master at lighting painting because even if you zoom in on the desert, on the ground beneath that machine, he also painted the light reflection on the sand.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I wish I could do, but unfortunately, I just have to resign myself to the fate that I'm a pencil weirdo. I'm good at characters, but this stuff, I'm going to leave it to the pros. I'm going to leave it to you, Red.
Also, he made that character from too many characters, from many images.
Oh, I like that. That's the kind of stuff that I actually really like. I love all that. Right. So, congratulations to Ahmed. Ahmed, apologies for not pronouncing your full name.
Ahmed Hindawi.
There we go. Thank you very much, Red.
I got him.
Yeah. Can you say his name again?
Ahmed Hindawi.
Congratulations, mate. Right. Now then, this one. I told you about the little mini controversy, but I thought it was so cool. And I thought it was done really well. I actually gave him a stock bundle for participating. So we've been very, very generous with prizes. Most challenges, you get a shout out on a challenge, but we've dished out a lot of decent prizes. Now then, here we go. I'll move this one here. All right, this one won the newbie prize. You guys would have seen it in the Facebook group, but I think this one was deserving of the newbie prize. We've gone into this one and, we've reacted to it. This one here. Now then, I'm giving out 2 awards. This one is going to get the, let me just have a look at my list here. Best submission. We're going to give, is this Dilshan? Yeah, we're going to give Dilshan $250 worth of stock and overlay assets on photomanipulation.com because it was really, 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 really good. Dilshan's going to get $250. He's going to be able to say that he got the best submission prize and a grand prize winner. And for the ultimate super duper winner, I know that a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I think in terms of technical execution and impactfulness, this one I'm going to give the tablet to. What do you reckon, guys? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think?
I mean, it's all subjective, isn't it? So,
it really is. But the good thing is what we've done instead of just one prize and we give away one prize, we by now we must have given about 6 to 8 prizes. So there are a lot of submissions, but there's also a lot of winners. Now, this one gets the tablet, and Dilshan gets the $250 worth of assets on the website. And every single one of these stock images were part of a wider bundle, the Power Pose bundle. We've got about 2 hours left on the sales promo.
Is it between those 3 artworks?
So every single artwork on here, Red, is a winner.
Yeah.
This one, Ahmed, Community Choice. This one won a stock bundle for the newbie challenge.
It's between all of them to win the tablet?
This one won the newbie challenge. This one won $250 worth of stock assets, and then this one won the tablet. That's how we're doing it. Because there were so many good entries, we dished out more prizes. So every image showcased here is a winner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 winners.
Cool.
All get prizes.
Yeah.
And then I've dished out a couple of bundles to other people that done really good artworks. I've dished out prizes to them as well. So let's jump back on camera. Your browser has lost connection. My camera's crapped out. Let's change this up. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look. What we getting from the chat? Have we had any questions or anything?
Someone's asking when will the next challenge begin?
Okay, right. Good question. Excellent question, because I actually have an answer for it. I don't want to overdo challenges. I think there are some channels that do way too many challenges, and it takes the specialness away from it. I want to do a maximum of 2 challenges per year. PM team and PM chat, what do you guys think about making them really special? Only 2 a year. I'll ask you, PM team first. What do you think?
Can you repeat the question, please?
How many art challenges should we do a year, Red?
I guess 3.
You're saying 3. What about you, Clinton?
I'm easy, 2 or 3 or whatever.
You have to give a definitive answer. None of this sitting on the fence business.
Because Redowan's got such a strong beard, I'm going to go with Redowan's 3.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So 3. All right. PM chat. What do you think? How many Photoshop challenges? How many art challenges should we do a year? My opinion is less is better. It took these guys years to convince me to do a contest. I was dead against it for ages because I didn't want to be like everyone else. But they were haranguing me and saying, "Come on, let's do a challenge." But the good thing is the challenge was so cool. I had so much fun. I made so many friends, and it was brilliant. And we're definitely going to do more. But I don't want to.
Let's do 2.
I say 2.
Yeah.
I say 2 a year and make those 2 absolutely massive. Loads of big prizes. Loads of tiers, because this entire YouTube channel runs on the back of a larger business. So the way that we all make money is that we sell products on photomanipulation.com. Anytime you buy anything from photomanipulation.com, you are supporting us to make more free video tutorials for you guys. So that's basically how this whole operation works. Now, what we'll do like before with this one is that we'll tie it in with an asset bundle.
Yeah.
So instead of just saying, here's the challenge and here's 1 stock image, we'll say, here's the challenge, here's 50 stock images. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. We want to give away loads of value. And we know loads of people haven't got money. That's why we do free stock bundles. That's why we do free videos. Even when you got the money and you want to buy something from us to support the channel, you can do that. No drama. But if you're young, or if you live in a developing country, you might be in Indonesia or Bangladesh, where you got 99% of the stuff that we put out is free. So nobody is left out. Red's been poor, I've been poor, Clinton's definitely been poor. We've all been there. We know the score. So we like to put out 99% of the content that we do is free. And then that 1%, some people want that little bit extra, and we cater for that as well. Have we got any more?
We also don't condone using the artificial intelligence in your artworks.
I see. You're really going there. You're going there, right?
Yeah, I'm reading the comments, and some people are worried about it.
They have every right to be worried about it, man. Yeah. They really do. I'm
against that.
PM team, what do you reckon? Do you want to do a live chat, getting into the nitty gritty of this AI next week?
I'm down. I'm down for that, yeah.
And I'll make sure my camera and mic's working this time, and it'll be amazing. Yeah. But I believe that we need to have a full, in-depth discussion about this stuff. We can do it in a format just like this, and I'll make sure that my camera doesn't run out of batteries. Final shout out. Thank you to everyone that's contributed to this Power Pose channel. We've never done this before. We were figuring things out, and I personally had a great time because I love our Facebook group. I really do. I massively love it. I love commenting on people's work. I love getting feedback on my own work. It's a big part of this entire PM brand. One of the main parts, really. So that's pretty much it. Any final questions or comments on the chat? We'll squeak a couple in, and then, yeah. Well done.
Yeah, Babs said
Celtic
I
Babs.
won the newbie award, and I say the prizes Dean and the team awarded were extremely generous. It took me hours to download all the free stocks assessed.
Oh,
They awarded. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
I believe her name is Barbara, but I'll call her Babs. Babs,
Yeah,
it was an
Babs.
amazing piece. We all really enjoyed that piece. You've done some really clever stuff there. Well deserved. And to all the other winners as well, Dilshan, Alex, say the Arabic name for me, please, Red.
Ahmed Hindawi.
Yep, that one. Congratulations to all of you guys. We were shooting from the hip today, but still had loads of fun. Thank you.
Also, guys, if you would like me to do an episode where I react to your artworks, your submission, let me know in the comments.
I did see a few comments there saying that they wanted that.
Yeah,
so
I read them.
thank you, Red. Thank you, Clinton. Thank you, Mateus, for running the chat. We're going to leave now, guys. Next week, I absolutely promise you all, we're going to have a chat and we're going to get into this AI thing, aka three geezers moaning about artificial intelligence. See you later, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.